Hello guys, welcome to my channel once again. This is Tech PBA. Thanks for joining me. So in this video I'm going to take you through how to set up the scan to email on your HP LaserJet MFP M377dw. So to set that feature up on your printer, you need to visit the printer's EWS, which is the embedded web server, to configure the scan to email on there. But before you can get onto the EWS or the embedded web server, you need to know the IP address of the printer. Most often you will find the IP address by flipping down the control screen, or you can go into the printer settings, go into the network settings, go into your IP configuration settings, the manual settings, and then you will find your printer's IP address there. So once you find the IP address, what you need to do is to bring up a browser, and then in the address bar, type the IP address of the printer in there, just as I am doing now. So I'll type my IP address of the printer I want to configure, which is 192.168.0.245. And then once the EWS opens, you want to select the scan option or the scan tab. And then under the network folder setup, you will see scan to email. And then you can click on the scan to email setup, and then you can look at all the things you have to do. But in this case, we are only going to focus on three, which is the outgoing email profiles, the email address book, and then the email options. Those are the three you would basically need to set up or configure to ensure that the scan to email works for you. So we're going to click on the outgoing email profile first, and then click new. Your email address, you want to type the email address you want to set up on this printer or on the printer to send the emails to you, or to send a scan document to you. So in the display name, just type any friendly name which you think suitable for you. In my case, I typed scan to email printer. And then under SMTP server setup, you want to type the SMTP server name of the email service you are using. I'm using Google email or Gmail, so the SMTP server for the Gmail or Google email is the smtp.gmail.com. If yours is different, you need to find the SMTP server name and then type it there. In the SMTP box or the ports box, I will type 587 and then select always use secure connection. So that port number is for secure connection only. And then under SMTP authentication, you want to select the SMTP server requires authentication for outgoing email messages. And then in the SMTP user ID box, you want to type the email address you typed again in this box. And then the SMTP password is not the password for the Gmail account you've typed in there, but the Gmail account app password. That is what you need to type in here. So to get that particular password, you need to open another browser or open a new tab and then visit the accounts.google.com. Type that in the address bar, press enter to open the accounts page of your Google account. So enter the email address. We'll enter the email address we typed on the scan to email configuration page, because that is the email address we are using. So I'll type it very quickly. The same email address I typed there, that is what I typed here. And then I'll click next. So when I click next, when you click next, you'll be asked to enter the password. So this is the password for the Gmail account or the email address. So once logged in, you want to select the security tab on the left, or the security option on the left. And then in the security area, you want to select, or you want to scroll down till you see the two-step verification. If you are not set up, or if that particular Gmail account is not set up for the two-step verification, make sure to enable it or make sure to turn it on. Go through the process to turn on the two-step verification before you can continue. So mine is already set up, so I'll click the back button, and then in the search box up there, I want to search for app password. Search for app password in the search box, and then in the drop down list, select the app passwords. The reason why we search for the app password in the search box is that it used to be under the two-step verification, but it doesn't show there when you go there, so you have to search for it to set it up. So in the app passwords, you want to enter a user-friendly name in the app name. So in this case, we are setting it up for the printer, so we'll enter the printer's name here and then click the create button. Once you click the create button, you'll be given the password. So that is the app password we need to enter on the scan to email settings on the printer's EWS. copy the password, open a notepad, and then paste it in. When you paste it in, make sure to remove the spaces in between the passwords, and then copy the whole thing again. Once you have the password copied, go back to the printer's web page or the EWS and then paste the password in the SMTP password to continue. So you can also set up an optional pin. This pin is basically what you'll be prompted to enter this pin every time you want to use the scan to email service on your printer. And then under email message preferences, you can select the size of the email attachments. In my case, I'll leave it at the default at auto, and then the auto CC would, if selected, would copy the email address you use to configure the send to email service. Select or save the settings and then click the test to test your configuration or to test your changes. When you get this message, this error message, don't panic. It's just a simple issue with the DNS. You have to set up your DNS on your printer, or the DNS settings on your printer. So click the network tab and then select the network identification on this particular printer settings, and then under DNS in the primary IPv4 box, you can use the Google DNS, which is the 8.8.8.8. Enter it there, click apply. Okay, I used the Google DNS server address because it's a general DNS address anybody can use for their system. So go back to the configure outgoing email profiles, select the profile we created, and then click the test button again. And this time, because we just configured the DNS settings, there is no issue with the DNS again, so the test is successful. So it means now we are ready to start scanning to email. But before that, you need to set up a few email addresses you will be sending those scanned documents to. If you want to be sending them to yourself, you need to put a friendly name under the contact name. And then in this case, I put Desmond, and then I'll put Desmond's email address under contact email address. So the email address book is like creating an address book that your printer will use to send your scanned documents out. So when you add the details, just click the add or edit button to add that contact to the address book. So you can add as many addresses as you want. There's no limits on that, so just add them. In my case, I just added one for test. And then under email options, this is where you want to set up the body of the email that will be sent by your printer to your contacts. So in the email subject, enter a friendly subject name, a general friendly subject name, that every time you send a scanned document from your printer to your email, that is the subject that will pop up on it. And then on the body text, you can leave the hide body text checked or selected if you don't want to enter anything, or if you don't want your email to come with any details of any such. But if you want to add details, just select the show body text and then enter your text in the text field. So you can also change some settings with your scanned documents. So the scan to file type or the scan file type is PDF. The scan paper side, you can change it. You can change the resolution. In my case, I changed it to 300 dpi. And then the output color, I will leave it to the color because this is a color printer. And then the file name prefix. This is the file name that will show up on your scanned documents in your email attachments. So when you have all of those information set out, you can then click the apply option down there to save your settings. So just a confirmation of the details I've entered. So in the body text, I entered C attached file. The scan file type PDF, you can change it to JPEG or image file. So that is the name prefix. You can put whatever name you want to be added onto your scanned documents in your attached files in the email that the printer will send out. So yes, guys, we quickly looked at how to configure the send or scan to email on your HP LaserJet MFP M377dw printer. Kindly subscribe to my channel Tech PBA to support us to bring you more of such videos and to help us to grow this community together. Click the like button if this was helpful, share the video, turn on notifications for all, and then I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you. Bye.